guys, it's Shannon here with Shannon Sizzlen Stampers, and I'm super excited to come to you with this fun hearts and love themed kit for one of my community local classes. And you'll note that I'm still getting over COVID, so my voice may sound crazy, and so you're only going to have hands-on video. You're not going to see my face, which you will not be missing anything. LOL. All right, so let's go ahead and get started because this is really, I think, a beautiful project, and it's fairly simple for you guys to do, so it should go quick and easy. I know we're nearing down to Valentines, and if you don't want to give it for Valentines, this is great for a little thing for someone who you just want to say I love you anytime, a significant other. Also, if you have a wedding or something coming up and you want to put a little goodie in here, I'm going to show you. So your kit is going to include one very vanilla note card and envelope, which I don't have my envelope here, but it won't matter. You're going to have two of these X and O boxes that are vanilla and gold metallic. They're just stunning. So you're going to have two of those. You're going to have a piece of gold, a strip of gold metallic foil. You're going to have a very vanilla scalloped heart, a very vanilla, not a very vanilla, oh my goodness. This is more of the Blushing Bride. It's a textured metallic heart that's smooth. And you're going to have two Blushing Bride small hearts that have little punches, holes in the punches. You're going to have four Blushing Bride metallic foil wrapped mints. You're going to have a sprig of ribbon or cording. So you're going to have a piece of vanilla scalloped ribbon. You'll have either this small cotton petal pink or a sheer petal pink ribbon. And you will have a piece of gold cording. And then you're going to have one of these little pearlescent gems, little dots. So I've left mine on here just so it's easier for you to see. So when you get into your kit, make sure you're careful and don't use this. Now, I will be doing a tiny bit of stamping on mine, and I'm going to be using the Happy and Heartfelt stamp set. I really like this stamp set. It's got a lot of fun sayings, and I love the font. Some that are very modern, like this Yay for Love and Heck Yeah. And some that are, you can use it anytime. You matter to me, no matter what. They're great sentiments that work for the outside and paired to go on the inside of a card. So if ever you're interested in picking up one of these stamp sets, just reach out to me. You can always find me on Facebook under Shannon Miller Sizzlen Stamper. That's where my Facebook page is. You can also message me, private message me through Messenger. Just look for Shannon Miller. And you can text me as well. So, and you can get my email, MRS. Actually, let me give you my newer email. It's smiller@sizzlenstamper.com. That's easiest. So if you don't have stamps, no worries. This project will go together without any stamping, but I'm going to be using the Yay for Love sentiment and a Blushing Bride ink pad for our little bit of stamping that we're going to do today. So don't worry if you don't have that. All right, so with that said, let's lay aside all of our little goodies. And we're going to start by building. I'm going to show you how to build one of the boxes. Now, this box is super easy to build, and it is a no adhesive required box. So it doesn't require any adhesive. So all I like to do is go back through my box before I ever start and really fold them at all of those score lines that are already on there for you. So, and then you just open that up like that, and your box goes together really easily. You tuck the flaps in, you bring up the square piece, and you tuck an edge in. And that becomes the bottom of your box. And then you can fill your box. Now you have two boxes, so you can fill it. You can fill one completely full of the mints, or I figured divvy them out 2 and 2. You may want to add some other candy, but it's also perfect if you want to add You could roll up or fold some cash in there. Whatever you want to do, it will fit a tea light in there. So those little flat, colorful candles. You could also probably do some little body, bath body type of things, little samples in there, like a little baggie of salt scrubs or something like that. So you be creative with what you want to put in your box. And then at that point, you'll seal it up. So we're going to come back to the rest of that box in a little bit, but that's how easy that box goes together. Super fast, super easy. All right, so now for your card. And remember, you've got 2 of these blushing bride hearts that have little holes in the corner already pre-punched. So you can take and add this. If you want 1 for each box, you'll have to choose how you're going to use your ribbons and your pieces of lace. So you can either run your cord through there and create a bow, or just put it into a bow or a knot and glue it right over there if you want to have a tag for your box. I'm going to show you another idea that would use 1 of those on your card. And I'll also show you how you can do it if you want both hearts for your boxes and none on your card. So you've got your note card, you've got that folded in half nice. And so to begin with, you'll just glue with whatever adhesive you prefer. Tonight I'm going to be using my white liquid glue. So we're just going to run that glue. Coming out here. There we go. There. This is a 3 by 1.5 inch strip, and it is designed to kind of center across your card, but I always like to put mine either closer to the top or closer to the bottom. If you do find that you get these fingerprints, you can use your shirt or cloth, a wipe, whatever, and kind of remove the fingerprints off of it. All right, so you've got that. Now, I will be using some dimensionals. If you haven't gotten any of these, I suggest you have them on hand, especially when you're participating in my kits. I like to use a lot of dimensionals. For me, I think it really adds to the paper project. So we've got those. You're just going to put, I'm putting 3 on the back of my vanilla heart. And actually, before I do that, let me do my stamping. So I've got my Blushing Bride ink. And I've got that stamp that says Yay for Love. And we're just going to come right in here. And we're going to stamp it right down here. Isn't that pretty? And fun. I just love the font. And I love some of these a little bit more trendy, modern sayings. So now we have our vanilla heart, and we've got that popped up. The reason I want to pop the vanilla up is because otherwise it will blend right into my vanilla card. So we're going to come on in with our liquid glue once again. And apply that to the back of that Blushing Bride metallic textured heart. We're just going to lay that heart right there. So if you want to use both of your heart tags on your boxes, feel free. You can finish up right like that. If you want, however, to take your card a little bit further, I'm going to show you how to add one of these. So I am doing another dimensional on this side, right like so. And that is so that when I put it on, oops, and it's going to need to be down a little bit lower. In fact, it may be easier if you're using a dimensional. You don't have to use a dimensional. Any of these things can be glued on straight flat to the card, and it will be just fine. And then I'm going to add a little bit of regular glue to the opposite side because I want my heart to kind of double with the other heart that's there, like so. And now I'm going to take that little bit of gold cord, and my lace. I'm going to use those two pieces together, and I'm going to tie a knot with those. Now you will notice you could also use these and not use all your amounts. So you could tie them off, and if you're careful or pre-cut it, you would still have pieces that you could possibly use on your, in fact, let's do, you could use on your other little boxes. So I'm going to pull that apart real quick. I'm going to move that down just a little bit. Oh, my finger's trying to get a knot out. Not the best. That's why you guys don't see me do bows on camera very often. Okay. So if I want to try to make this to where I have some of these left to use with my boxes, I'm going to just put my knot down here closer to one end, right? Just like that. And with this gold cording, I always like to come back in and do another knot with just the cording, because otherwise it tends to slide, because it's not a ribbon. It's not flat. It has some, it's like a barrel. So you'd have this little piece you could probably get another knot out of. And you'd have this little piece of lace that you can definitely get a little knot out of. And then you can put those on with a glue dot, is what I'm going to use. You can also, and like how I like to do it is lay my glue dots out, lay my ribbon onto it, and then just peel it off. It's just that simple. If you don't have glue dots, you can use regular liquid glue. Whatever adhesive you have you can make it work. All right, so we have, look at that beautifulness and simple card. And again, if you don't have a stamp, you could handwrite something on there or leave it totally blank and just handwrite your message inside. I always love handwritten cards. I think I'm so sad that we miss that piece in our society nowadays. We just don't do handwritten cards hardly ever. And then you're going to take that one little pearl gem that you have, and you can slide that wherever you want. It could be cute there. It could be cute up there. Wherever you want to call a little bit more bling and attention to. So I chose to put mine up top. You could also do your ribbon differently. You could run it across the gold, and then you could put your little gem over that little hole punch on your heart. So there's a lot of different ways. I know you guys are so creative that you'll be able to come up with some Valentines. And I hope that you'll find me on Facebook, my Sizzlen Stampers, the one that says public after it, Facebook group. That's different than my page, my Facebook page. But if you find my group, take a picture of your project and post it on there. I would love to see that. Now let's go back and just talk about if you want to add, instead of using that heart on the card, if you want to apply it to, I'm going to just use my pick tool. I love this thing. You could just poke. I'm just going to pop that little hole out like that. And I'm going to run the loop of this ribbon. And even if you have a wide ribbon, if you have a little piercing tool or a scissor, if you don't have this pick tool, you can run it through the same way. You just run it in there like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take and run that through it. I call this a lark's knot, where you run the tails of your ribbon back through the loop. So it gives you some hang off. All right, so I'm coming back in with a piece of that gold cord. Had to go get a little bit bigger piece. So if you want to do this ribbon method here on one of yours, you're going to probably want to use your cord first here and add it long elsewhere. Okay, so I've got that, and I still have this little piece of ribbon. So if you were doing both of these on your boxes, you could still do a piece of this ribbon here, and your card wouldn't necessarily need to have any of that ribbon. So your card, like I said, you could have no ribbon on here at all and use your little gem dot over there if you want, or no heart on here at all, no ribbon on here at all, and just use your ribbon and your hearts for your box tags. And then that just, you can trim that ribbon down. and that little cording. And you've got, and if you had, you know, like if you're doing, maybe you're going to do one box that's going to be super fancy. You could take this ribbon. So maybe one box is going to have a fancy tag because it's going to a female. And maybe one is going to someone that, you know, doesn't care about all the trim. Like that'd be like my husband. He wouldn't care if he got all the bonus trim. He just wants what's inside the box. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add another little dot on the inside of that onto my ribbon. So now I've got a fancy super zhuzhed tag that can go right on the top of that. Again, you could use a glue dot to put that on, your white glue, or you could even do a dimensional. I'm just going to do a glue dot like so. Okay. Super cute, super fast, super fun and easy. Again, remember you'll have enough items to do 2 boxes in your candy. So I hope you really enjoy this heartfelt, fun, loving kit this month. And remember, it's not just for Valentine's. I hope that we all feel like we can show our love to those that are important in our lives and that we care about, or maybe we've missed seeing, all year long, not just in February. All right, I'll see you guys next month with a super fun St. Patrick's Day project. Bye-bye.